Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp. And today we're going to start a little bit different. I would like to read a fantastic poem that was shared on the Discord. A poem that was written by the most patriotic AI out there. The prompt was write a poem in the style of Dr. Seuss about what would happen if the government of the United States set its military to fight citizens. All right. First, we got to cue the music. It reads, shooty, shooty, pew, pew, pew. Let's all learn what guns can do. Liberals in the USA love to nod their heads and say, you bought your guns from a store. You can't fight a civil war. Fight the army, you will lose. They have jets and tanks to use. That's not where the story ends. They have homes and kids and friends. Tyrants threaten you with bombs? Just remember, they have moms. I don't know what that part means, but you can't live inside your jet. Can we find you? Yes, you bet. You'd send soldiers and Marines up against AR-15s? They're outnumbered 10 to 1. That's why I need a gun. Don't forget, because it's true. Government is scared of you. Now that is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Genuinely, the end of that poem is fantastic, though. That's why I need a gun. Don't forget, because it's true. Government is scared of you. That should be our new Pledge of Allegiance, I think, actually. Anyway, all right, here we go. Kicking it off. It is time to read all the news that was fit to print this week. Okay. Molson Coors' funny ad went too far, regulators say. Good Lord. Beer ads try to be funny, but a regulatory group has determined that Molson Coors went too far with a recent ad that compares Rivals light beer to water. It's just too far. It hit too close to home, I think. The National Advertising Division, which is part of the Better Business Bureau, sided with Anheuser-Busch, which challenged a 2022 ad for Miller Lite that uses the phrase, light beer shouldn't taste like water, it should taste like beer, which is hilarious coming from Coors Light, or Miller Lite. Either way, it's all the same. The agency said the Molson Coors should discontinue the ad because is not... I swear, there's no editors anymore, anywhere. Because it is not puffery or a mere opinion. In the 15-second spot, a cyclist takes a break from riding uphill, cracks open a beer, and douses himself with it. No specific beers were mentioned. However, the beer uses a similar blue color that adorns Bud Light packaging. NAD said that it determined that tasting like water is a measurable attribute and that customers might reasonably expect that the statement is supported by such evidence. Well, yeah, I mean, anyone can taste it and find out that it does, in fact, taste like water. What a time to be alive. Conservatives' war on emotions in the classroom. What? Tarinda Craglow, what a name, has counseled school-age children in Phoenix for nearly 2 decades. When she started working with kids through community nonprofits around 2004, only a handful of them were experiencing homelessness. Now she's a school social worker in an alternative education high school district. Oh, I've been to those alternative schools. So that's a school of hard knocks for sure. And a high number of the 1,500 students she's responsible for qualify for services under a federal aid program for homeless students. Yeah, I don't really care about this part. Okay, here we go. So apparently, an organization pushing education leaders to double down on the educational concept known as social emotional learning, or SEL, which holds that giving students ongoing instruction on how to manage their emotions can help them succeed socially and academically. I'm not sure what that has to do with homelessness, but social emotional learning has long been accepted as part of curriculum across the country from pre-K through high school. It's backed by a large body of research and decades of practice. Recently, though, it has become the latest target in the school culture wars. Anti-SEL campaigns led by conservative parent groups, lawmakers, and political strategists are gaining momentum across the country. Since 2021, there have been disputes over social emotional learning in at least 25 states, according to NPR. From bills that have tried to remove the concept from school curriculums altogether, to heated parent board meetings where parents' rights advocates vehemently denounce it. How much you want to bet they're not ever going to explain what exactly they're teaching in this social emotional learning program? If that doesn't sound like leftist gobbledygook, I don't know what does. Social emotional learning teaches students what are conventionally known as soft skills. The social and emotional tools that help students make good choices, manage their emotions, create positive relationships, and collaborate. Yeah, see, I still don't know what this is, because that is, again, just gobbledygook. That sounds exactly like the kind of thing where they would start using it to teach, critical race theory or something. I mean, whatever. White men are evil and capitalism is bad. Here, let's read it one more time. Social emotional learning teaches students what are conventionally known as soft skills, the social and emotional tools that help students make good choices, manage their emotions, create positive relationships, and collaborate. That sounds like a bunch of nonsense we just don't need in schools. All right, what else we got? Japanese officials investigate mysterious sphere washed up on the beach. Nice. Japanese officials sealed off a beach on Tuesday morning to investigate a large, mysterious metal sphere of unknown origin. The suspicious ball was reported by a local resident in Hamamatsu, a southern coastal city about 155 miles from Tokyo, who called police just before 9 a.m. saying a large, round object was washed up on the beach. This is it. This is Godzilla. Or something. Only in Japan. Only in Japan. And you can't see this, but there's an awesome photo here of two policemen, I guess, in like full flak jackets and everything, standing on a beach in front of a metal ball. This looks like the beginning of an anime. Straight man accidentally books seat on gay pride-themed flight? What? I have so many questions. George Rogers thought he'd booked a ticket for a standard flight from Los Angeles to Sydney, Australia. So understandably, the 29-year-old got quite the shock when he checked in at LAX and realized he'd actually booked a seat on Qantas's World Pride flight, which was created to bring members of the LGBTQI+ community. God. The LGBTQI plus community from the U.S. to Australia for the 17-day festival. Quote, I had absolutely no idea it was a World Pride flight, he said. It dawned on me when check-in opened and I saw a lot of colorful people and pride flags. Oh, this sounds like a nightmare. George, a British building surveyor who's lived in Sydney for the last 6 years, was flying back to Australia after holiday in South America. He had spent the past few weeks partying hard with mates in Mexico, Colombia, and Costa Rica. Yeah, he was partying hard. Which perhaps explains why he missed the fact that it was a World Pride flight that was clearly explained to customers when booking through Qantas. Dude, this would be a disaster. And that's a really long flight, man. Imagine being locked up with that. At check-in, they took us all into the Qantas First Lounge at LAX. There were drag queens, and they gave me a hat and rainbow flag. And there were free drinks. Oh, man. On board Qantas's resident drag queen. Oh, my God. Qantas actually, they hire they have their own drag. This is just bizarre. Named Quantana. And fellow queens Felicity, Fricacino, and Vibe, spelled with a Y, V-Y-B-E, kept guests entertained with a game of drag bingo, and a team from Mecca Max gave everyone a bag filled with beauty supplies and hosted a makeup masterclass at 40,000 feet. Oh my, this sounds like, well, I would say hell on earth, but hell in the skies, I guess. Yeah, this flight was 13 hours. Can you imagine accidentally booking that flight and then being stuck in that for 13 hours? Oh, man, that's brutal. Luckily, this guy was also a big queen, so he was okay with it, apparently. Good for him, good for him. The pay gap between hospital CEOs and nurses is expanding even faster than we thought. Breaking news. CEOs make more than nurses. Who would have thought? Hospital executives are seeing their compensation increase at even faster rates than previously calculated, according to new research out of North Carolina. Even as many of them continue to fall short in providing charity care to their most marginalized patients. Oh, that was a painful sentence to read. The pay disparity between hospitals' administrative staff and clinical staff is exploding. Some of the individual hospital CEOs covered in their studies saw their salaries increase by more than 700% in just a few years. Well, this is COVID and the COVID money. I mean, obviously. While doctors and nurses got a fraction of that salary increase, and I can tell you why. Because, again, during COVID, they were just doing dances for TikTok. You don't get a raise for doing dances. Compensation for health system CEOs and other executives have been the subject of much press scrutiny. No, I can't believe it. Activists and lawmakers have called for hospitals to take the money they are paying their leadership and spend it on patient care. Nurses' unions in labor standoffs used it to justify their decision to strike or threaten to strike unless their hospitals acted to increase compensation for clinical staff and otherwise improve their working conditions. Which sounds great, but if you're telling me you're expecting to eventually, at one point, have the nurses make the same amount as the CEO, you're delusional. But I think we all knew that going into this. All right, we got the first super chat of the night from Majin for the Black History Month reparations. I appreciate that. Let's see what the super chat jukebox has.
It's because I got.
Again, for some reason it's not working right. When did this start happening? Whenever I think I got it all worked out. There we go.
It's because we got. There's something about MAGA country, play it over again, we got, make America great again.
If you don't subscribe to the Remix Bros, you definitely should. They do a great job. And I haven't watched it yet, but I pulled it up so we could watch it. I gotta see this offensive beer commercial that they were talking about. Saying that light beer shouldn't taste like water. They have to stop airing this because it's so offensive. I think it just hit too close to home. They were like, but our beer does taste like water, damn it. Here we go.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
That's pretty offensive, I'm not gonna lie. This is where we are in the country. That's enough that you could... They're able to sue and get that taken down. Wow. It just ain't right. It just ain't right. All right, first up. We're just going to hit a few things back to back real quick. Because I'm sure most people have seen most of this, but it's just hilarious, man. But first, second super chat of the night. Let's see what song you get. Thank you, Mr. PRD. Here we go.
Think about what you think about. Say it again, and that's a fact. Think about what you think about. Folks, look.
Man, Biden. Dude knows how to lay it down. Okay, so let's say a few quick news stories real quick. Again, like I said, I think most people have seen a lot of this already, so that's why I'm just going to go quick over it because it needs to be brought up, all these stories, because it's absolutely hilarious. So, the foreperson of the grand jury that was investigating Donald Trump has been making the rounds in all these, all over the major news networks. And this woman is a Looney Tune. They are so zealous to get Trump on anything that they just don't even see. I mean, I can't believe that they decided to put this woman on air. I mean, you would think that, oh yeah, let's get the grand jury foreperson is here. Yeah, we should get them on. We should get them on. Let's interview them. But then when you see this woman, you go, no. This is not going to be good for us. We can't put her on air.
Did you personally want to hear from the former president?
I wanted to hear from the former president, but honestly, I kind of wanted to subpoena the former president because I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with President Trump of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear? And me getting to swear him in. I kind of just thought that would be an awesome moment.
Did you personally want to hear from the former president?
I wanted to hear from the former president, but honestly, I
what
kind of wanted to subpoena
the name of God?
I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear?
Oh my God. What a crazy person. And there's tons of clips of her, and she gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And apparently from her social media and stuff, well, I guess her personal accounts have all been scrubbed, so I don't know if some handler got to her and was like, listen, you are insane and you're hurting us here. Delete your social media now. But I guess her Pinterest is still there, and she's into like Wicca and all witchcraft and like casting spells and I mean, seriously, when that person walks in, you just go, okay, no, we're skipping this story.
I think if you look at the page numbers of the report, there's about 6 pages in the middle that got cut out. Allow for spacing. It's not a short list.
Not a short list. More, I mean, when it comes to 75 witnesses, like, it's not, I assume, of course, it's not 75 people. Would you characterize it as 20-ish people?
I can't say I counted.
Okay.
Can't
More than
say
a dozen,
I
though, I
counted.
think I heard you say in another interview.
I mean,
so.
what is this?
That's probably a good assumption.
The name that everyone wants to know about.
She can't even estimate a number, but the whole thing makes no sense. This is not making them look good. In other news, Pete Buttigieg finally went to East Palestine, Ohio. Before Trump went, whenever he was asked when he was going to go, he would say things like, yeah, eventually. I don't have plans right now. I'll eventually get there. Which, of course, he never wanted to go. Obviously not. He doesn't give a crap about any of these people. But then Trump went, and then the very next day, Buttigieg is he's there. He even put on a hard hat, a safety vest. He was there actually. Man, he was helping clean everything up. But he had a very poor choice of words at his press conference where he was talking about this incident. You have one job. You can't screw this up. Dude, this is bad. Watch this.
Both information and misinformation injected into this situation, none of which is to the benefit of the community when it comes to that misinformation. So I lost my train of thought. Both information and misinformation
come on,
injected into this
Buttigieg.
situation, none of which is to the benefit of the community.
Buttigieg, you can't say you lost your train of thought.
So I lost my train of thought.
You had one job. Just pretend like you give a crap. It's not. Oh, come. You know you shouldn't have said that. Oh. It's not looking good for old butt gig over here. In other news, leftists are still angry, as they always are, about parents wanting to be involved in their kids' school and their education. They hate this. So, finally, a woman was brave enough to stand up in front of everyone and say, I have a master's degree. What are your qualifications to be a parent? I'm assuming she probably doesn't even have kids, but she was finally brave enough to stand up to these parents and say, I have a master's degree. You aren't even qualified to be a parent. Watch this.
I have a master's degree because when I got certified, I was told I had to have a master's degree to be an Arizona certified teacher. We all have advanced degrees. What do the parents have? Are we vetting the backgrounds of our parents? Are we allowing the parents to choose the curriculum and the books that our children are going to read? I think that it's a mistake. I'm just speaking from the heart. the one line that I love is, we must remember that the purpose of public education is not to teach only what parents want their children to be taught. It is to teach them what society needs them to be taught. I have a master.
What a great lackey of the state. I mean, damn. They love this stuff. They love the whole credentialism.
I have a master's degree because when I got certified, I was told I had to have a master's degree to be an Arizona certified teacher. We all have advanced degrees. What do the parents have?
Jeez. Imagine being this out of touch. I have a master's degree. What qualifies you to be a parent? Well, I'd say it's the having a kid is about all the qualifications you need to care about what your kid is doing in the world. But she looks like a nice lady. I'm sure she's totally cool. Never. I want to take a class from her. I'm sure she's great. She probably spends all this time talking about her master's degree. I think it's fantastic. In other news, someone asked President Zelensky what he thought about the fact that the U.S. citizens are increasingly upset with the amount of money being sent to Ukraine, which is just nuts, because I'm all for it. I think that until we hit that about 1.5 trillion mark, I think we should just keep sending it to them. I mean, obviously. Do you want to see democracy die in the West? Because that's what's going to happen. Anyway, for some reason, people are not on board with this. But here, check out his answer, because, well, I mean, he's brilliant. But the point is, what he's trying to get across here is that, well, tough shit. I don't care. Do you know who I am? Give me your money. Watch this.
Polls in the United States are suggesting that a growing number of Americans believe that the US is giving too much support to Ukraine. What would your message be on the anniversary to those Americans? Thank you.
I would like to thank the American people. I would like to thank all of the American people that are supporting Ukraine, the Congress, the President, the TV channels, the journalists, and everyone that has been supporting us. And that percentage of Americans, as you've mentioned, is increasing. I can tell them only one thing. If they do not change their opinion, if they do not understand us, if they do not support Ukraine, they will lose NATO, they will lose the clout of the United States, they will lose the leadership position that they are enjoying in the world, that they are enjoying for a very fair reason, and they will lose the support of the country with 40 million of population, with millions of children. Are American children any different than ours? Don't Americans enjoy the same things as we do? I don't think we're that different. And
yeah. So of course it just devolves into random. Aren't we all one people? We are. If you cut me, do I not bleed? But no, the other part he's saying, I think he's actually right. He's actually flexing for the elites, telling you, listen, you better fall in line or else we'll just destroy your nation. So shut up and give us some more money. Come on. What's the big deal? Get it together. Biden was just there and gave him another, I can't remember, something like another 5 billion or something. But he's basically speaking for the global elites and telling you, you puny little American citizen, I don't think you're getting this. You're gonna have to do what we tell you, or all the things that you enjoy in life, the privileges that you have will be taken away. What a piece of shit. Anyway, on to Biden, the man without a brain.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Once again, our fearless leader, the amazing, amazing Joe Biden, fell up a staircase. This is his thing. This is what we're known for now. Falling up stairs. And actually, it's the same staircase. It's just amazing. Though, to be fair, this time around, he didn't fall as much as last time. It wasn't as bad. But it's the same staircase at the same spot, walking up to Air Force One. I'm starting to think that this is a plot by Big Stairs coming after America. Biden. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Someone's got to walk up those stairs. And this has been Biden, the man without a brain.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Now, I'm sure pretty much everyone is aware of all of the Matt Walsh controversies this week. That, all the different pundits talking about how he's too mean. He was being too mean to the great trans voice of a generation, Dylan Mulvaney, which I would like to point out, I was making videos on way before anyone else. So if anyone deserves credit for this, it should be me. But yeah, so they're saying that he was being mean. I think he was dead on, spot on the money with everything that he said. And I just got to be honest. I don't know who these people are, but if you show me a picture of this clip that I'm about to play of these two guys, and then show me a picture of Matt Walsh, I could already tell you most likely what their opinions are going to be and what they sound like. Because these two guys, maybe between the two of them, have enough testosterone to make half of a real man, possibly, maybe. If they, I'm being generous with this estimate, but a lot of low T energy going on here. And I chose this one out of all the clips of everyone complaining about Matt Walsh saying he was being too mean, because I think it does sum it up well. And these are the kind of people that have a problem with what he said. And there's not even an argument in this. It's them just saying, we agree with you and we're on the same side, but I think that you're a big meanie butt for saying that. How could you say that? Get out of here. All right, let's check these out. The two men that, between the two of them, could possibly generate enough testosterone to support half of an average male. So here, let's watch this.
The reason we disagree with you is not that we aren't sufficiently angry at the brainwashing and ensuing mutilation of children, the introduction of penis-wielding creeps into women's prisons, or the invasion of women's sports by men who've taken more steroids than the Liver King.
The reason we disagree with you is precisely because we think all of those things are awful and want to stop them, like you do. We just think that unlike much of your other work, this particular video will have alienated more people than it brought over to our side. And trust me, we both have plenty of experience in pissing people off.
We made 2 specific criticisms of your approach in this particular video. First, we said you were preaching to the choir instead of attempting to win hearts and minds. And you can see this in your response. You were speaking to your audience who are like you, and like us, justifiably angry. And you're vocalizing that anger for them, which makes them feel understood. It makes them feel empowered. Well, what are they empowered to do exactly?
These people already agree with you. You aren't changing their minds. You're creating more angry people in the world who now feel that the way to deal with the spread of gender ideology is what? Calling a trans influencer ugly? As someone who looks like a cross between Harry Potter and a lesbian, I don't have a problem with people making fun of someone's appearance online. But I'm just not sure it achieves anything.
The other criticism we made of your approach is that we don't think this is the way to win people over. Of course, no one believes anything you say could possibly change Dylan Mulvaney's mind.
Women can be stubborn like that, Matt.
But it's not Mulvaney's mind we need to change. And this right here is the core of our disagreement. We believe the way to stop the proliferation of this craziness is to convince the silent, scared, ignorant, and disinterested majority that this matters.
Pass out from boredom. These guys'
and
voices,
this is the
holy
really
crap.
important bit. We have to convince them that they aren't bigots or bad people for being concerned about these issues. Let's be honest, neither you or us cares about being called names on the internet. But most people don't want to be on the nasty side of this debate.
Here in Britain, a small but growing number of politicians like Rosie Duffield, who is actually on the left, are slowly starting to push back against this ideology. We need to make it easier for politicians to talk about this issue without immediately being lumped in with people who are considered hateful, whether rightly or wrongly.
Most people who are on the fence aren't going to be persuaded by insults and anger, no matter how righteous the anger or how accurate the insults.
It just keeps
we have
going,
to convince them that we are right,
Lord.
not only factually, but also morally. We have to convince them that we are on the right side of history.
And we don't believe that calling Mulvaney ugly is the best way to do that. Sorry.
Now we know that your cancellation of us is tongue-in-cheek. You aren't trying to take down our YouTube channel or get us banned on Twitter. But the idea that because we disagreed with your specific
these guys,
approach
they do this for a living?
Video,
They do this is what they do?
Enough about the
Holy
issue
crap.
is just not true.
You care and we care. So let's keep working and carry on being the most effective Nazi transphobe bigots we can be. And if we disagree about the best way to do that, let's do what adults do.
Make sniping videos about each other on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord. That was pathetic. I mean, just pathetic. And I love how they're just taking, not just them, but everyone. They, all the people that disagree with what Matt Walsh said, or rather, they know that he's right. He just should have been nicer about it. They only talk about, you should, just calling Dylan Mulvaney ugly doesn't, that's not helping anything. Well, if you watch the clip, I don't think that was the crux of what he was trying to get across. No, yes. He was laying down some hard truths, but he wasn't like they're making it sound like he was some kind of, like a school bully, where he was just, looking at Dylan Mulvaney and going, ha ha, you're a fag. When everyone knows that's what I do. That's what TikTok Tuesday has been for. So, I mean, I don't think he should steal my bit anyway, even though he steals my videos all the time. That rat bastard. But no, everything they just said it's stupid. Whiny little pansy ass nothing. I mean, what do you... this idea of, well, let's do it nicely so we can convince the people who can be convinced. No, that's over. That is done. Who hasn't chosen a side on this at this point? And as Matt Walsh pointed out earlier this week, you know, they're accusing him of preaching to the choir, basically. As he said, well, okay, sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to look at the base, the people that are there who have been firmly there the whole time, and remind them. Because we across the country, everyone's just become complacent, and they just act as if this is totally fine, and we're just going to be nice to these people, and kill them with kindness. No, it doesn't work. These people actually literally want to kill you. So I don't what we're going to waste time by going, oh yeah, have you seen that Dylan Mulvaney chick? Man, she's looking good. You say, no, you are an ugly caricature of a woman, and you will never be one. But sure, let's, I don't know, continue to sit on the fence and pretend that if we're just nice, that things will fix themselves, like we'll course correct. That has not been working. I think it's time to move on to something else. We need a different tactic. All right. Speaking of insane people like Dylan Mulvaney, Sam Britton, the what was he, the head of nuclear waste management, something or other, some stupid title. But I'm sure you remember him. He's the guy that looks like a queer Matt Damon, a ginger that likes to wear red lipstick, which is just not a good choice if you're a ginger. I'm sorry. Even for women, it's generally not. I mean, I guess it can work. Maybe it's just because he's a dude and he's wearing red lipstick. Maybe it has nothing to do with the fact that he's a ginger. I don't know. But yeah. Earlier this week, or maybe it was, I can't remember exactly when it was, but a fashion designer seeing some photos of him and watching reports about him from Fox News, recognized her clothing and posted about this on Twitter. So that brings us to the Twitter thread of the week. Be warned, what you're about to witness is highly disturbing. My name is... son of a bitch. My name is Sayak Hamson. I'm sure I'm not saying that right at all. I feel like I added a little bit of... I made it kind of European at the end there. I don't know. This person, Tanzanian fashion designer based in Houston, Texas, USA. I lost my bag in 2018 in DCA. Recently, I heard the news on Fox about Sam Brighton luggage issue. Surprisingly, I found his images wearing my custom-made outfits from the lost bag in 2018. So that's her on her Instagram with this gown that she made, and then boom. Dude, this guy is a psycho, man. And of course, there's some great memes in here as well. Ladies whose luggage went missing 5 years ago. Sam Britton's still wearing their clothes. But there's a few more. Sam Britton, our bag. Nice. I'm trying to... There's... She posted a few more pictures. Don't mind if I do. Let me find it. Oh yeah, so this is also from the same bag. Apparently he was wearing all of her clothes constantly since 2018. Here we go. Here's a few more that she posted. So this is one again from her Instagram. A fashion show 2018. And there he is. He has to be able to be arrested for this, right? I mean, isn't it? This isn't speculation anymore. This is. Look at this guy. Oh, hey, well, someone is proving to us that it's the same dress. Yeah, I think we figured that one out. I'm pretty sure he was fired, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't work in the government anymore. I do all my Christmas shopping at the airport. I know he's been in court, and when he goes to court, which is funny, is that he doesn't dress like this. Apparently, he knows for the judge he should probably put on a suit. I don't know if anyone posted that in this thread, but it is hilarious. So yeah, that was... what is with these people making these things? It's like, yeah, no, we get it. We're definitely aware. But what's even funnier is that she said it at one point. I don't know if it was on her regular Twitter page or if it was in this thread somewhere. But not only did he steal this bag and then start wearing the clothes, as you can see here, the pattern is slightly different. It's because he's been wearing a lot of them backwards. He doesn't even know how to put them on right. So there you go. Matt Damon's queer cousin. Finally, 100% busted. Boy ain't right. Boy ain't right. So, to close out today's show, we'll do a few things in honor of everyone's favorite month, Black History Month. First up, a young black man? Woman? I'm not sure. They would probably say non-binary by the looks of them. But this person is explaining how heavy your whiteness is. Everyone wants the Donnelly. I'm sorry, I still haven't finished it. I know, I'm a liar. Oh. I've had a busy week, man. Been working out in the fields, getting the farm working. You'll have to wait. Well, I do have a clip pulled up that we could check out in lieu of Hugh Donnelly. That was pretty brutal, but if we have time, we'll get to that. But first, let's continue appreciating Black History Month. So, without further ado, this young man, woman, non-binary, I don't know, explains how heavy your whiteness is.
If there's one thing that I wish white people understood, it is this. Your whiteness is the heaviest thing about you. It is so heavy that it outweighs any and all other marginalizing identities. Now, this is not to say that other identities aren't heavy. This is not to say that other identities aren't hard to carry. But it is to say that your whiteness in a white supremacist society like the United States is the key to care, empathy, dignity, support, justice, and freedom that people of color with the exact same marginalizing identities as you cannot access because they are people of color. Your white is heavier than your woman. Your white is heavier than your trans. Your white is...
Hey, don't you be insulting my woman like that. My woman ain't that heavy. Yeah. Rude.
heavier than your disabled. Your white is heavier than your poverty. Your whiteness is the heaviest thing about you. Think on that. If there's one thing that I wish white...
Yes, please think on that. And now that I have thought on it, this person is a white supremacist. How do they not see this? This person thinks that white people are just... We're the bee's knees, man. We're the best. We're the coolest cats around. The most important thing about me is that I am white. And because I'm white, I get a lot of benefits from this, apparently. It's a very strange way to look at things, but sure. I guess you know what? I'll take the win. I agree. White people are awesome. I mean, no, you don't like white people, but you this whole video is just you admitting that you think that white people are better and you resent them for it. Ugh. Yeah, you're right. The non-binary Steve Urkel, non-binary black Steve Urkel. 100%. Next up. Now, this person claims that they aren't white. I'm not entirely sure that this person actually isn't white. But this person on TikTok is upset that they are not TikTok famous. But they figured out why they're not TikTok famous. Let's take a look.
I know for a fact, if I was white, I would have minimum 3 million followers for doing the bare fucking minimum. But since I'm a person of color, I have 1,000. And I've been working on this for about 1.5 years now. I know for a fact.
Well,
if I was white, I would have minimum
I'm gonna, just from this one clip, I'm gonna venture a guess. I can probably explain to you why you don't have many followers. Again, like I said, I'm not even sold on the fact that this person isn't actually white and trying to look slightly, like maybe they're a little mixed, you know, because that happens a lot now. But I'm just gonna venture a guess that it has nothing to do with your perceived worshiping of white people because we're just better, as you have so nicely pointed out here. But it's your personality. You are a terrible person to listen to and be around. 100%. That's the reason. It's not because you say that you're not a white person. Because surely you're not suggesting that there are no people of color. I hate those stupid terms. Surely you're not suggesting that there is no colored people who are famous on the internet. You can't be suggesting that. Everyone knows that's not true. I mean, come on. It's that you're abrasive and unlikable. That's not my fault. That's on you. And maybe, I don't know, do something with your hair. I mean, geez. Wash it. Dye it back to a boy's color. Something. I mean, there's lots that you could do to try to fix this problem. You don't have to stick with just one. I mean, there's tons of things you could do. Moving on to an absolute classic to help us close out Black History Month. Here is 1 minute and 22 seconds of black people being extremely, extremely racist. Enjoy.
Superior at.
What exactly are white people superior at?
They're real good at violence.
Violence. Genocide. It's like stealing people's lives just because they feel like it.
If you are white and you know this is happening and you say nothing, then you're a killer too.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Insecurity, pretending,
fear, being fearful of nothing, being ignorant,
blame,
letting their egos control their every move, superior at being dicks.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Oppression,
gaslighting,
lack of empathy,
intellectualizing oppression.
Did I say oppression?
What exactly are white people superior at?
Taking what's not there, taking shit,
taking our ideas,
copycatting,
gentrification,
appropriating things that do not belong to them,
taking over other people's cultures and making you believe that they invented it.
Maybe they're thinking of it as repurposing. It's like recycle and repurpose.
As my grandma would say, them white folk, they'll take it if you don't copyright it.
They are very good at destruction of land, destruction of people, destruction of humanness.
Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're conservative, like white people are really good at upholding white supremacy.
How about claiming that, they are actually a whole separate race, when actually white DNA comes from the black female?
So what exactly are white people superior at?
Honey, lying, stealing, and cheating.
Manipulation.
withholding information,
Lying,
telling lies.
Well, in my only response to that, I think that I can debunk this whole thing by just saying, look at the data. I mean, really pick anything. Crime statistics. Rich countries, poor countries. any of it at all. Just, man, imagine sitting there and saying that white people are good at stealing things. Oh. Oh, man. We can't go down this rabbit hole. It's not allowed on YouTube. Oh. All right. We have enough time. We can go over the Hugh Donnelly stand-in. Prepare to just die of laughter because, man, I'm pretty sure this entire bit was stolen from Hugh Donnelly. This guy needs to write his own material.
Maybe the only person more worked up than Trump right now is Don Jr. The prodigal son is bigly upset about Joe Biden.
Right off the bat. That's a Hugh Donnelly right there. The prodigal son. The prodigal, get it? It's like the prodigal son, but it's a fraud. I'm not sure exactly how that ties to Don Jr., but it's a negative thing. Being a fraud is negative. And he's saying it about Donald Trump Jr., so therefore it's funny. Please, just hold your laughter and applause till the end.
Biden's trip to Ukraine.
You can't make it up. They're literally manufacturing this thing like they have the rest of it because God knows we haven't been in a never-ending war for a while, right? Remember when Trump visited Afghanistan on Thanksgiving? I do because I showed up to Thanksgiving dinner and my father wasn't there.
Okay, you know what?
He didn't even need a joke. They just start laughing. I mean, this is quality content, man. I mean, this guy. I'm
gonna go out on a limb and guess that wasn't the first time that happened.
Well, see, you get it? You see, okay, so the joke here is that Donald Trump Jr.'s dad missed Thanksgiving, and we know that Donald Trump is a bad guy. Okay, you get it? He's a bad man. Bad men usually don't show up for holidays with their kids. You get it? I'm telling you, he stole this whole thing from Hugh Donnelly. Let me get my lawyers on this.
I'm guessing there was a lot of Don Jr. pulling on the wishbone himself. Jr. was on the road with Daddy in East Palestine, Ohio today. He thought they were going to negotiate peace with Israel, but I guess that's Jared's job. The Dons were where the train carrying toxic chemicals derailed a few weeks ago. The right-wingers have been attacking Biden for going to Ukraine instead of going to Ohio. And while on the scene, MAGA Teresa bragged about a number of things, including a shipment of water he brought for them.
You get it? You see what he did there? MAGA Teresa? You get it? Are you laughing? It's hilarious.
We're bringing thousands of bottles of water, Trump water, actually. Most of it. Some of it we had to go to a much lesser quality water. You want to get those Trump bottles, I think, more than...
That joke that Trump told right there, that alone was better than anything little Jimmy here has said. Brought you some bottles of Trump water, though I think we had to also get some, lesser quality bottles. Not Trump water. As lame as that is, it's better than anything Jimmy Kimmel has said thus far.
Anybody else?
Right. It's not every day you get to see a train wreck talking about a train wreck. But we did get that opportunity today. And after his speech, it was off to a local McDonald's where the scam burglar passed out some of his finest swag.
You know what we'll do? Here, this is for you. I like that one, but this one's even nicer. Okay. More expensive, I can tell you. This is triple the price of that one, right? Yeah. Here you go. Thank you. Pop. Come here, folks. Thank you.
I can't wait to hear this.
It's going to be a long campaign. It's the Mad Hatter. He's been running for, I think, officially for more than 2 months now, and it's not going great. A number of his former supporters and.
Wait, why did he even play that clip? He didn't even have a joke for it. What? I mean, he didn't have. All he did was he called him the Mad Hatter and said it was going to be a long campaign. That's the joke? Why even play the clip if that's what you were going to do? Somebody in that writer's room should have said, guys, let's cut this one. Because it's really not even a joke. But then again, I guess you can't cut anything out. It's not like they have anything better to replace it with.
staffers are either running or planning to run against him. His legal bills are mounting. Ron DeSantis is looming. And a new poll says a majority of Republicans believe the GOP has a better chance of winning back the White House with someone other than Donald Trump. And yet, with all that wind at his front, Donald Quixote continues to dream that impossible dream.
Oh, God. I saw this. Oh, man. This is like a whole professional team made this, okay? This is professional editors with a major network with millions of dollars in budget made this. And it's not even close to even being in the ballpark of being as good as what the Remix Bros make. It's embarrassing. It's really hard to watch. They're trying to do the Remix Bros thing, you know? I mean, obviously tons of people have done it, but oh, this is brutal. This is brutal, man. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
The impossible dream to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow. That's so true. To run where the brave
I could do a better edit than this. This is god awful.
This is my quest to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far. Because I'm an environmentalist, I am. And the world will be better for this. Let's kill all the birds. That one. Man, it's terrible. Scorned and covered with scars. Very stable genius. Still grows with his last ounce of courage. That's what happened. To reach. And they say the noise causes cancer.
How? I just don't understand. How could this get put out? How did someone not go, guys, we can't do this. It didn't work. We suck at this. Oh, jeez. There you go. Jimmy Kimmel, ladies and gentlemen, does not hold a candle to the great Hugh Donnelly. That is for sure. I can't believe that. Like, that was shockingly bad on a level that it had to be intentional, because they said I could do a better edit than that. Oh, how embarrassing. Guarantee you whoever worked on that said, no, it's fine. You don't have to put my name on that one. I'll give it to you guys for free. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a good Friday. Happy Black History Month. Make sure you send me reparations, and I'll make sure that they get to the right people. I won't keep it for myself. But if you support black people, buy some merch, hit up the PayPal, hit up the Super Chat, and I will think about black people while I spend the money, I guess. I think that's more than enough. All right, guys. It's been fun. Make sure you liked the stream. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think I'm finally going to finish Stray. If I even remember how to play the game or what the hell is even going on. I mean, I'll never forget the Zerks. I remember the Zerks, but the rest of it, I'm not sure. It'll take me a minute to get back on it. I think that was like 3 months ago was the last time I played that. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.